We had several agents come in to value our property, a lot of them. But what stood out for us, for Martin Gerard, was their presentation of a property stood out from everybody else. So, for instance, attention to detail was very specific. So when I look at Rightmove a lot, so when you look at something, it just stands out. How they advertise or marketing is probably the topmost. So yeah, that's something that I thought Martin Gerard was very good.
One of the things that Martin Gerard did differently was that taking the room size accurately and within a property, what are the features? So not over-embellishing, but making sure that the positives are captured so that whoever is the prospective buyer has knows accurately what features your property has.
I think interaction with Sophie was really good. So we connected quite well on a personal and on a work front with selling our property. So I think connecting, because she just put us at ease.
And what I've found is that generally it could be that many estate agents are able to do the job. They're technically capable, competent. But what really sets, in most workplaces apart, and estate agents are no different to that, is building up a personal relationship, how you get on with your team, how you get on with your clients. And I think that's key, because once you've got that, then you're able to build up a rapport, a relationship, you're able to trust that person, and you're able to then converse with them about what's important to you, and knowing that they will take that on board and share your concerns about what's important to you, what are you looking for. And I think what we found different about Sophie was that there wasn't any struggle about getting that relationship. She was personable, she was friendly, outgoing, informative, and knowledgeable about what the right price was for this, what we could realistically ask for, what we would get, and how we should market that, and the timelines involved. So I think the knowledge she had, the ability she had, was excellent. But what really sort of elevated, what really made us build a relationship and have that kind of trust was the investment she made in a personal relationship, how well you get on with your team, how well you get on with your client. Sophie's, I think, lived in and around the area for a number of years. She knows the kind of concerns and issues that we have, such as schools, supermarkets, transport, the tone of the area, what are the neighbours like, and what are the facilities such as local shops. So she shops in the same places we do, and she has she's looking at the issues that are important to us and to buyers with the same eyes that we have, because we've discussed about her personal circumstances and what she's looking for. She would look for in a property, and she understands therefore what we are looking for and what other buyers who are looking to move into this area are looking for.
Our communication with Sophie was very, very good. I mean, I can't fault it at any point, because every time we've had a viewing for our property, the very next day or even the same day, she would contact us and give us a feedback. Regardless of the viewing, if we had any questions, we could just contact and leave a message, and then Sophie might be out, and she would contact us back via email, or even as far as late or even during the day, So communication was very, very good. So yeah.
And I think in terms of communications, I like working to a process. So what would happen was that Sophie has a number of different methods of communication. One is email, one is WhatsApp, and telephone. So we'd have, before we accepted the offer, we had a number of different viewings. So Sophie said, we've got this guy coming at this time, or I can bunch these guys together so you're not disrupted. You haven't got one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. Put them together so we can do bang, 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 one or the other. So what that practically meant for us was that because obviously you want your house to look good, so we could tidy clothes away, we could spruce things up, do the hoovering. So we were pre-warned so that we could do what we needed to do to get the house ready for a viewing. And having done that, she then would accompany. She knew what the house offered, so she could then accompany clients inside, take them round to the various different rooms, and explain what would work, what wouldn't. So she would invariably she would be a good 10, 15 minutes before, talk us through who's coming, talk us through what she would do, aware that we, if and when we needed to contribute, if we wanted to do that, and then she would then lead on what the clients would then go and have a look for. So that internal communication with us and the client inside the house, but externally in terms of email, WhatsApp, and just information, being informative, letting us know what is happening when. And then I use that communication to then, because I work to a process and a schedule, because I'm working from home. So I could upload that to my calendar, so I know what's happening when. Sophie's coming at this point with this person at this time. And knowing who's coming as well helped us.
They took the pictures of the whole property, everything, including the garage and the garden, and they didn't exclude any area, and they did justice to how the property is done up. So it looked really nice, even the videos, and even quite a few people sort of said it looks like a show home, the whole property. And even the people who came to, just looking at it online, and they said, oh, because friends of ours, they said, this is so beautiful, it looks like a show home. So marketing was 100%. They've done out and beyond when it came to marketing. So I don't think I haven't come across any estate agents who have done that level of marketing. So yeah.
And two things stuck out for me. One was when I compared the product in terms of the photos and the overall pack. When you go to the internet and you look up your property, when you compared to the product that Sophie did with Martin Gerrard to what was done previously with the other estate agent, it was almost night and day. Exactly the same picture of exactly the same room from exactly the same angle. You could see that the way that the way the lighting was used, the way the angle was used, it just made it much more appealing. And the other thing that really stood out for me is when they took a picture from outside the property. We made clear that we've got solar panels. So what Sophie did and arranged with the photographer is move the camera back, so you've got the whole of the property. Do it in the right light so it looks nice and bright. And also they came back in the evening to say, well, actually this also will look good in the evening as well. So there are two pictures, one during the day when it's sunny, one during night when the lights are on, and that looks actually very attractive. So that really stood out for me as something that was good practice. So I kind of like that.
Martin Gerrard is definitely worth value for money, because for all the marketing, for all the work that they do, they don't give like 0.5%, they give 100% of their effort. So when they are, whether it's to do with marketing, pictures, communicating with us, with people coming in and everything, for that, it's definitely worth getting Martin Gerrard, because you know that your property is in safe hands, that it will be looked after in a way that to portraying it to potential clients, they will do 100% job. But whereas if you are going about free, places that you can't really get that sort of service, you're missing out on clients that you can't actually get. So yeah, definitely Sophie and Martin Gerrard definitely did a very good job. Definitely value for money, yeah.
Leaving aside the percentages, you look at what I'm actually getting for my money. What am I trying to achieve? What does good look like? Good looks like a sale at the right price, and that's what you're paying for. So yeah, we could go to, we all know the online agents. What am I actually getting for my money? I could pay, less money, but am I going to get a sale? I can pay less money. Am I going to get people in the door? Am I going to get an offer at the right price? So I think when I compared what another agent did to what Sophie did with Martin Gerrard, what they call footfall, the footfall was far higher with Martin Gerrard. And that wasn't just the market, that was not only marketing right price, but the description within the marketing that got people through the door. Because without people through the door, you're not going to get a sale, and you're not going to get an offer. So for me, it's, what are the practical elements of the money that I'm giving to Martin Gerard? What are they actually going to do for me? Are they going to get a sale? And to get that sale, what are they going to do to get that sale? Are they going to communicate properly, to me, to us as their client, and as the potential buyers? So that that for me is that kind of professionalism. Do they follow a process? Do they do things in a way that's going to maximise getting a sale? So yeah, I would say for what we pay, the service you get got us the result we wanted.
I would rank them the top estate agents compared to all the other estate agents because of all the services that they provide, transparency and honesty, and working well with the clients. That one definitely, I would say Martin Gerard comes on top for us. So yeah, we would definitely recommend them to everyone. Yeah.
I'd agree. For me, it's communication is really important. Are they keeping you informed? What are the offers? What's going on? And we didn't have to chase them for that. They were proactive in doing that.
Yeah.
I felt the reason why they went beyond the transactional is that in our dealings with Martin Gerard, all the people with Martin Gerard, whether it's the people at the front office on the phone, or whether it's with Sophie or with our other colleagues, is that they built a rapport, a relationship, and a kind of an intimacy that enabled us to trust them and to have confidence in their ability. I've managed staff before, and we have an appraisal process. And whether it's in my work life or whether it's going out and having a good meal in a restaurant or an item of service that you receive, for me, feedback's very important. Constructive feedback is very important. I receive feedback in my role from my manager. I also give feedback upon others. It's how we learn, it's how we grow, it's how we are praised. So giving feedback formally, but also informally in a parent-child relationship is important because it's how we change, it's how we develop, it's how we grow. For that reason, as a point of principle, it's good to give feedback. Why I'm giving feedback on Sophie is because we felt that she was a person that we liked, that we could trust, and was capable. So for that reason, in terms of the good service we've received for her, we actually found giving feedback something we wanted to do, and we wanted to do that because we felt it was a positive thing to do for her.
We would definitely recommend Martin Gerard and Sophie to everyone. We've in fact have done that with other people. So in fact, some of, like I've said before, some of our family and friends who've seen our property on Rightmove and other places, they said, "Oh, this is the top estate agents, and they look really good and professional." So they were asking us for feedback, and we were telling the same thing to them. So definitely, we'll recommend Martin Gerard and Sophie to anyone.
Yeah, I think they've seen the online product that Martin Gerard and Sophie have produced, and they've seen what it looks like, and they've compared that to what their experiences are with estate agents. And I think on the basis of seeing what we're getting, and they like that. So they see that as a kind of a step above what perhaps they've been already had before.